Yeah.
What's going on, fellas? Sam, it has been a month since we have seen your beautiful face.
I know.
How have you been?
I'm good. How are you?
You have been, as I mention every time, you listen to the advice of Guile. You have been home and you've been a family man.
That's right. I have. I've been at home and I've been a family man. And now I'm here being unfamiliar.
You're being unfamiliar. Oh, my Lord, Sam Wazia. Let me tell you guys, so this past weekend,
Yeah.
a friend of mine, she got married. And I don't really get invited to a lot of weddings, to be honest, because and as I was there, I realized why I don't get invited.
Oh, no.
I'm a jerk. And to make matters worse, my best friend, Jai T. Paldor, was there with me because we both were invited. This is our young friend Jenny Cho. All three of us worked together way back in the day at GameStop. Back in GameStop, Rosemead, 1753, son. We represented back in the day. That store's long gone now.
Yeah.
It's like a women's health place
Yeah.
now. It's like a women's health building now. What? No, due to my poor wireless connection, our broadcast has been paused. Well, hey, Twitch is working. Hey, Twitch. Facebook is trying to reconnect. Fuck. You see? The comedy of errors, which is Dre's Geek. Like, see, it wouldn't be a fitting return to the secret podcast studios if we didn't have a whole bunch of fuck ups. God
And that's
damn
just
it.
the hosts. But
Well, at least we're still live on Twitch. Come on, there we go. We're back on Facebook. Yeah. So, the three of us, so we've stayed friends for the last 15 years. I realize it's 15 years.
Wow.
Myself, Jai Paldor, and Miss Jenny Cho. We've been actually I've known Miss Jenny Cho since way back in high school. So she had a wedding. We were invited. So of course I'm there with my best friend. So of course me and Jai, we're a couple of jackasses.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we deliberately took seats way back because also we didn't know anybody at this wedding.
Oh, yeah.
We literally, like, I knew a couple of her family members, but I didn't know her extended family, and I didn't know Homeboy's family, a whole bunch of white people from Illinois,
Yeah.
a bunch of flyover states. So we're sitting far back, and we're sitting, and of course, me and Jai, as our propensity when we're hanging out together, we crack jokes. Jai is a stand-up comedian by trade.
No, I tried to.
I am a stand-up comedian writer by trade. I am his writer, and we're just sitting there. We're making jokes, but we realized this wedding ceremony. It's a non-traditional wedding ceremony. When I spoke to Miss Jenny Cho, or now Miss Jenny Iverson, talking about practice, not the game. Talking about practice. The truth. She's now Jenny Iverson, which I literally let her. I had to let her have it afterwards. I'm like, every time I see you now, we're gonna be talking about practice.
did she give you a crossover?
She didn't give me the crossover, but we're talking about practice, not the game. If you don't know what that is, YouTube, Allen Iverson practice press conference, and that's all you need to know. So we're watching this wedding unfold, and it's like, I lean over to Jai. I'm like, when did we wind up in a Japanese role-playing game? This wedding was very similar to like your typical wedding scene in a standard, Japanese RPG. Like if you were playing, let's say, Final Fantasy IV or Final Fantasy VI, and there was a wedding going on, it seemed very much like that. Like, what is going on? Like, they even have because she wanted to make sure she wanted to have a non-traditional, non-religious, Koreans and whites merging together. So they had a very, they try to keep the playing field even.
Yeah.
So they have kimchi cheeseburgers?
Sadly, no. I would have been down for that with a little bit of Kogi action. Like, oh, they should have had the Kogi truck. There's a cheap plug as usual for the Kogi truck. They should have had the Kogi truck. It would be their caterers, but no, they did not. They had standard buffet catering, but that's not the point. That's not what's important about the story. They had a sand ceremony, which you obviously, Pete Molina, were like, the fuck is a sand ceremony? Sam Zia, you understood.
I knew it. I've seen them before.
You've gone to many weddings apparently. I've only logged.
I don't get invited to weddings.
You either, huh? You're a jackass too.
A little bit.
a little bit. And so there's a sand ceremony where you take, one vial of red sand and one vial of another color, like white sand, and you pour them together into one vial. And it's a symbol of their marriage. And I was like, so the bad guy, I'm like, what? The bad guy's going to come through the door. Yeah, right. And then Jai leans over, Setzer's going to show up and take the bride, just like in Final Fantasy VI. Like, and I'm sitting there trying to stifle my laughter.
Please forgive me, but what kind of cheap ass shit is that? Get some dirt. and then just pour it together.
It's a symbolism, my friend.
I
I know it. That symbolism is your ass,
That's a
Samzia.
cheap time filler right there for a wedding.
No, but honestly, their ceremony was like, do you? Yes. Do you? Yes. All right, let's go downstairs and drink for an hour.
Do you? Yes. Do you? Yes. Get the sand.
Get the sand. And they had a sand ceremony. You know, the bride and the groom and their parents, they all took turns pouring the sand. I'm like, what is happening?
Oh, wow.
And it's like, and then we're just waiting for like the bad thing to happen. Well, where's the bad thing to happen? I've seen this happen enough times, and I've played enough video games to know something bad happens during these ceremonies.
I said it before. The bad thing's gonna happen when they whatever bad fight that they have during their wedding. That sand is going flying.
Yeah, that sand is gonna go flying.
Fuck you and your sand. I didn't like this idea anyways.
Yeah, and then the officiant, she was very confusing, the officiant, because again, it was non-traditional, and the
Was she
officiant,
high?
maybe. we were deep in the LBC, my friend. We were downtown Long Beach for the wedding. Right by the McDonald's where I went and got us some McMuffins
nice.
before Long Beach Comic Con. I was like, are we gonna get shot?
Yeah.
I have Jai with me. He is my black representative. He's my black correspondent. Whenever we need to verify something in the African American community, we go to Jai Polidor, Channel News Action 4 team. And they have in the sermon, and so the officiant was very unusual, and she's like, I cannot sanctify this marriage. And I look over to Jai, then I'm like, why the fuck are we here then? If you can't sanctify this marriage, then what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
What is happening? I'm like, the parents are gonna be pissed. They paid for this shit. And then it was some very emotional. This marriage has already been sanctified by them being together for so long, and blah blah blah. And they had adorable. Instead of each of them saying "I do," the officiant asked them both. Do and then we do.
Yeah.
They're like they both we do. It was a simultaneous unison. We do, and I was like. This is a video game. This is not real.
I still think it'd be funny if, like, one time it's like, do you? Fuck yeah. Do you? Fuck yeah. All right, y'all fucking married. Go.
Exactly. I would have popped for that. And just the rest of the time, it's just me and Jai annoying his lovely lady as we were just people watching the entire the entire reception because again we didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
We knew nobody, and we were just people watching, and we're just making ourselves laugh and just amusing ourselves. Because if my brother from another mother had not been there, that would have been incredibly awkward. I would have just been standing there like, wow, these Jack and Cokes are really good. I'm never going to drive home. So that was the fun JRPG wedding that I got to experience over the weekend. Hilarious. Yeah. You know what else happened over the weekend, Pete Molini? I know because Sam Zio was on top of it. Mm-hmm. Dragon Ball Z Abridged had what I think a lot of people thought was going to be their final episode. That was everyone suspected.
People were saying, the finale, and I was like, wait, I've heard rumors, though.
It was going to be the finale because, they keep getting taken down off YouTube. The fight wasn't worth anymore. They have a lot more work. They have a lot of legitimate work where they actually get paid. We're an actual Japanese company who pays them to dub with their ridiculous voices.
But even the story seemed like it was over too. Like
the way it was really built up. I don't want to spoil it for any of you who have not watched.
Come on, this isn't like DVDs or movies and we can't spoil it till the DVD and Blu-ray.
I know.
It's out.
It's out there. People can YouTube it. Yes, it's free on the Tube of You, and of course they're very much. It is free because they want to get shut down by Toei Animation.
Yeah.
Akira Toriyama and Suisha.
Yeah.
Fuji TV. All the long disclaimer at the front of the episode every time. But it was great. I mean, it was 3 straight Fridays where they spent the last 6 months, 9 months, because the last time we got any DBZ was the Christmas special.
Yeah.
Vegeta, no. Vegeta, yes. That was the last time we got any Dragon Ball Abridged, and 9 months later, boom, a Bouncing Baby Boy, Bouncing Baby 3 episodes. Yeah. And each of them were 20 plus minutes. It was we got a solid hour over the last 3 weeks of Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
Season 3 finale. It was really well made.
To quote Jai Polidor, that was, the best episodes that they've done. And like you were saying when you and I were discussing it earlier today, Sam, where they didn't go so heavy on the comedy. They kind of let the natural jokes play out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There was some stuff to still laugh at, but they really hung on to a lot of the emotional moments of the end of the Cell Saga.
Yeah.
I guess that's true. That really isn't a spoiler. The Cell Saga has been around since I was in middle school, so there really isn't much of a spoiler warning. Yeah, they win. Cell dies.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
The thing that I appreciated, though, because as much as I enjoyed and I mentioned this before to you, when Goku went Super Saiyan, it came accompanied with the squeaky sound.
Yeah.
It's like, and it kind of lightened, it dulled the blade of the moment.
Right. Where they
With
didn't
this
do
one,
anything like that.
They didn't crack a joke. They didn't have a line. They didn't have anything for a solid 45 seconds.
Anything with good old Mr. Satan, was gonna be fucking hilarious.
No, even that he didn't say anything.
Yeah, he did. He took credit like he normally would.
I'm talking about when he went Super Saiyan 2. At
Oh.
the end of part 2.
Oh, you mean Super Duper Saiyan?
Oh,
Sorry, the end of part 1.
when he went Super Duper Saiyan.
Yeah, the end of part 1. That big moment where he had the big major transformation. Like, they didn't give a squeaky sound with it. They just let it roll. They didn't make a joke. They just let it sit for like 45 solid seconds.
And then they made the joke, Super Duper Saiyan.
Well, no.
They did make the joke.
No, when they came back, they made the jokes came in, but the way that they left the end of every episode.
Oh yeah, they did leave it very They left it very serious at the end of each episode. Well, except for the Dende being Dende. Dende's secret crush on Gohan.
Also, the end of part 3, Krillin finally got his count.
Oh, Krillin reset the own
count.
He got to shoot his scatter shot everywhere. Scatter shot.
That was a
and thus Meryl was
when
made.
She was like, I thought I would find you here, and I made a promise to myself, and I'm here to pay off on it.
Well, what do I do?
He was like, so do you want to go out to eat or something?
Take off your pants.
Okay. I'm a grower, not a shower. And then she freaks out. Perfect reaction.
Oh, Joanna Morales on Facebook Live. When Vegeta said, "My baby boy," she almost lost it. Trunks got shot. She almost lost it.
Yeah.
On that. It was just overall, it was so good. It was amazing.
That moment
Cell just being a dick the whole time. That was freaking
Vegeta
great.
got his ass kicked, and he looks over at Gohan and says, "Sorry." Gohan says, "Wow, we really are fucked."
Yeah, that was so good. That was really good. There's so many. If you've never watched Dragon Ball Abridged, and just go back and watch this. It's essentially complete.
You don't have to be a fan of the series.
You
It's
don't.
a great introduction to the series.
My lady Rosa, she is not a fan of Dragon Ball. She's aware of it, but I've shown her a bunch of episodes, and she's been laughing her ass off just because it's ridiculous. It's a crazy show.
Mm-hmm.
It's on head crazy. And then, much like Better Call Saul, you don't have to have watched Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
But if you have, it's a little bonus.
No bonus.
So, continuity. It's for people who pay attention.
Yeah.
If you pay attention, you'll be rewarded.
Yeah, you go. That's what you said earlier, right?
Yeah, that's what I said on the drive over.
It's a reward for people who pay attention.
Yep, that's what continuity is. So, and then, of course, at the very end of episode 60, part 3, season 4 coming soon, we're gonna get Boo Saga.
That's right.
Yeah.
I wonder how much of an asshole we're gonna make Boo. I'm excited because in my webcomic Dragon Ball Super Abridged, I made Boo quite a giant asshole.
I get the feeling where they're going to keep it going through the Boo saga, obviously, and then they're going to try and take a crack at Super.
What, in 2033?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Given the production time it's taken for them to get through 60 episodes, 3 seasons took 10 years. Yeah. About 2030 sounds about right.
Yeah, 2030 when poor Kaiser Neko can't do the Gohan voice anymore. Well, maybe at that point he can just do the mature Gohan voice. So
Exactly.
The older Gohan voice. And now that I see... Oh, so yeah. Rosa Limon on Facebook Live. Yes, I'm a fan of Ridiculous. I'm your biggest fan. Well played. Fuck! God damn Failbook Live. La la la. Hey, Twitch. Hey, audio listeners.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we just lost our live connection on Facebook Live. So you guys get bonus content that people on Facebook are missing out on.
There we go. We're back.
We're back? All right, we're back like we said we'd be back. I'll take this opportunity. We'll just transition. At the wedding, Jai actually brought me a topic that he wanted me to talk about on the podcast. Mm-hmm. So, as we know, the Oscar, we've come to that point in time of the year where a bunch of Oscar bait starts to come out. All the movies that the movie studios have been hanging on to, to like think, oh, we're going to try to win some awards here. Apparently, Disney is going the opposite way. They're going to put all their financial support in the awards into Black Panther. They're submitting Black Panther in for every single category, like Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Actress, Supporting Actress. They're putting it all in. They're pushing all the chips onto Black Panther. And Jai, being the skeptical black person that he is, he supposes that he thinks Disney's trying to take advantage of some affirmative action. His words, not mine. And I was like, no, it was it's a good movie. Yeah. And I took the time to look at the movies that had come out from Disney. Oh wow, I see the look on your face, Samzia. I wish I could.
I was just saying they're trying to make
You're
up
just
the
saying?
Song of the South.
Make it. Well played. Well played. They are trying to make up some. And I looked at the slate of movies that have come out in 2018 for Disney, and they ain't got nothing else that would be quote unquote Oscar. I mean, the only thing would be Incredibles 2 for Best Animated Feature.
Yeah.
Solo.
I mean,
Sorry, I had to.
Hey, Solo was good. It just
is that Oscar worthy good?
Yeah, that's not Oscar worthy good. Yeah. Maybe they might get an effects Oscar, maybe a special effects Oscar, but Solo was objectively fine. It just wasn't what some people wanted. People didn't want Solo, clearly, apparently, or they should have waited to have Solo fucking come out like next month or in December, like you should have fucking done, you stupid fucks at Disney. God damn it! I'm never working for them again. Fuck you, Disney.
We both were talking about it back when they made the decision to switch up on the production side. That they're holding the same release date, but the big problem was at the end of the day, we thought, okay, they're not going to have enough time to actually make the kind of cuts they need to make it a quality film. No. The problem, that wasn't
when they changed directors,
The problem at the end of the day was that they sandwiched that movie in between every other superhero
in between Infinity War and Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
You stupid fucks. Stubborn assholes.
All of us were broke. We didn't have enough money to go see Solo.
I mean, unless you're going to a $6 theater like a certain gentleman on my right and myself, you go to $6 theater. That's right over there.
Yeah, it was. I felt like
we were getting overwhelmed. It was like we were getting pounded in the face. It was like, oh, friggin'.
Like we were going to movies like every week. At that point.
That's right. Like every Thursday night, we're like, well, there's another one. Okay, shit, we got to go watch. Deadpool 2. We got to watch Infinity War. We got to watch Solo. I feel like there was other ones too, weren't there? Wasn't there more? I mean, like Black Panther had just come out like 2-3 months, 2-3 months before. Yeah. Like that was in March, and we went to go see the terrible Justice League movie. Yeah. Just because we had to watch it, so that way we know we could justify our comments on this show. Thankfully, we only paid $6. And yeah, Solo. That's a whole another ball wax. But no, I think it's cool that Black Panther. It should be up there for Best Picture. When they had that big kerfuffle a few weeks or months ago, where they're talking about, we're going to make a Best Popular Movie Oscar. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah. Like, they're trying to get ratings. Mm-hmm. But Jai argued that this is also trying to get ratings. Hey, let's try to get try to get more people. Hey, look, Black Panther. Hey, everyone, here's a popular movie. I don't think. I mean, what was it that you said earlier, Sam Zia? That maybe they are trying to take advantage of the black audience, but you know what? That's not a bad thing. To push forward this amazing movie that a lot of people may dismiss as a superhero movie. I don't think it's a superhero movie. I think it was a good movie. Period. End of sentence. Mm-hmm. Just like Captain America: Winter Soldier was a good movie. It was not a good comic book movie. It was a good movie.
Yeah, we were talking.
No qualifying statement.
It was like with Nike doing the whole thing with Colin Kaepernick. Did they capitalize on a situation that, they knew that they were exploiting it and getting the money out of it? Absolutely. Yes. Was it a bad thing?
No.
It was a good thing.
It's a good thing to help get more exposure.
Their stock went up 31% as a result.
More people supported that decision than cut off their shorts or set fire to their Nikes while they were wearing them. Did you guys see that video?
Do you see the police department in Mississippi? Did you guys know that Nike sells internationally and that they're making way more money off of this decision than they're losing off of you not wearing Nike?
Now, we have a fourth person here hanging out with us today. I'm sorry, please introduce yourself.
Oh, my name is Tyler. I just work here.
Yeah, Tyler, he works here at the Secret Podcast Studio. And you're a fellow nerd. I feel rude that I didn't introduce you. I wasn't wasn't sure if you wanted to participate. I don't force participation. I'm a person who believes in consent.
Yes, very good.
So, how do you feel about this Black Panther and all? Like, I feel like you emoted when we talked about Black Panther. What do you have to say about Black Panther being up for the Oscars?
Put all your chips into Michael B. Jordan for Best Supporting Actor.
See,
That's the only award. Like,
yes.
I wanted to win.
Absolutely.
I agree with that
Absolutely.
statement
I was
wholeheartedly.
rewatching the movie this morning.
Okay.
And I'm just like, Michael B. Jordan, like, he needs to win Best Supporting Actor. He did such a good job.
He really was. Hi, Auntie.
That's my favorite part of the whole movie. He just said, "Hi, Auntie," and I'm just like, "Damn."
He's so
He was
good.
a cold motherfucker in that movie.
And like I always say, the best villains are the ones that they believe they're doing the right thing.
Yeah,
Those
absolutely.
are the greatest villains.
The best part about that movie is he's the first real Marvel villain where I'm like, I think he actually is doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. He was not wrong at all in anything that he was doing. I mean, was he going about it the wrong way? Maybe. But you know what? He wasn't wrong. He was totally justified in all of his
You
actions.
can kind of
Killmonger.
make the argument the same thing for Thanos.
Exactly. That's why I've always liked him as a villain because actually, this version of Thanos, he believed he was doing the right thing. In the original comic book, he just wanted to kill half the universe to get laid.
That is true. And you know what? Look, maybe Thanos is right. Maybe he is, but I'm not going to take any orders from a purple Steve Austin, all right? That's exactly what he looks like.
Oh no! Well, goddamn it! I went and got these goddamn 6 gems. I snapped my goddamn fingers, and we got this ham here. Half the goddamn universe is gone. By God!
I could see it in the movie, Cutting Purple. I got this gem. And another. And
What?
another. You have the
What?
whole world.
What?
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 I got a space gem. What?
What?
I got a time gem.
What?
I need a mom gem. What? I killed my daughter.
What? Wait, what happened? Like, what'd you do exactly?
I killed my only daughter for the soul gem.
And then people
What?
will be like, what? Whoa.
Wait a minute.
Let's
Whoa.
Let's come back to that last part. What'd you do exactly?
What?
Like, hold the phone. You did what? God, oh my God. I cannot unsee Stone Cold Thanos Austin now.
The chin looks the same. He's got the same bald head. He's a purple Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Great.
Well, God damn it.
Jesus Christ, Stone Cold Steve Austin's chin looks like my ball sack.
Well, God damn it. I'm out here with my 3 dogs, with my goddamn wife here, Marina Del Rey, with my goddamn Infinity Gauntlet.
Okay, look,
What?
What?
While we're on the topic of Thanos real quick, because you were talking earlier about the wedding and the whole sand.
Okay.
You said it was red sand, white sand. And all I could think of is like, wasn't like Titan red sand? Isn't there white sand on Earth? How do we know this isn't like an Infinity War thing? Is this chick marrying Thanos? What is happening here? Like, who
Maybe
knows?
she is.
Who knows?
He was wearing a purple suit.
Oh!
No.
Dun, dun, dun! Well, it was more of a burgundy, but I'll go with purple just for the joke. I mean, let it be known. I will go an extra mile for a gag. But yeah, you're right. They really should go for, definitely, it's not unprecedented for,
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Thank you. Heath Ledger got himself a posthumous Oscar. Although some people will argue if he hadn't died, maybe he wouldn't have got it. But that's neither here nor there.
No,
He was
I mean,
amazing.
He deserved it. I mean, that Oscar selection stands the test of time.
Yeah, no, that was an amazing Joker. That's why right now poor freaking what's his freaking name? Jared Leto, and then who are the other Joaquin Phoenix, and then I don't know who's even gonna play the Joker and the other the third Joker. Just like in comic books, we have 3 Jokers. We're gonna have 3 movie Jokers. Feel bad for them because they got to live up to that amazing performance. Whew.
Well, it's DC. You're all over the map.
Yeah.
Does anybody really know what they're doing at this point?
They don't. They don't know what they're doing, and it makes me sad because I myself am a DC guy, and Pete Molini, because this past week they just released their DC Universe app. I know this is more of a Wednesday topic usually, but let's talk about it. It's multimedia.
Yeah.
They did the DC Universe app. I don't know if you have you heard of this.
I have not heard of it.
Oh, Sam, have you?
The DC app?
DC Universe app.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I'm very excited about this. I'm actually looking forward to getting it.
Yeah, it just came. It just went live this past weekend. This guy, Pete, how much have you consumed?
I've consumed a couple days worth.
A couple days worth. When you own a comic shop and just sit there all day.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of crazy rares. Like there's the Spirit TV movie. This guy's a big fan of the Spirit. He's like,
Yeah. And it was from it was a TV movie from the 80s. It aired once.
Yeah.
And they have it on this app.
They have this app, but they have Batman the Animated Series in high definition, which, because I remember I don't know if it was you or someone else. I was, what's the difference? Animation high definition.
Yeah.
Like, you got to learn. There's a difference when you watch the old cartoons in HD. Yeah, it looks a lot better. We're just gonna plow right through. Fuck it.
And,
the complete edition will be on Twitch.
Yeah.
And it'll be on the audio.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff on there. Me and Joanna watched Batman Returns yesterday. She had never
really?
She had never seen that.
Batman Returns.
And
my god.
And then we watched Batman Forever.
Because she had never seen these. So this app it has it's like a comprehensive DC app where it has all their movies, all their TV shows, all the comic books. Wow. Like you can read the comic books.
I would watch it for all the Batman animated stuff. That's it.
Exactly.
It
has all their animated, all those animated movies they release every few months on DVD and Blu-ray. A lot of that stuff's on there.
Yeah.
And they have the Donner cut of Superman.
Maybe I know
because they're adding stuff. They're treating it very Nintendo-esque, where they don't just put everything out at once. They're just be like, let's put out stuff.
Yeah, because
a little bit at a time.
It's Superman 1 through 4 is on there.
They put Quest of Peace up there. Oh god, the Nuclear Man with his nuclear fingernails.
And then Batman, Tim Burton to the Nolan movies, up to Dark Knight is on there.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Dark Knight Rises isn't on there yet.
It's not on there yet.
Okay.
But
I'm sure they're still kind of adding stuff, and they're creating original content. They're making original shows, a la Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay. And so they're putting stuff on there. Like if you ever watched that the animated show Young Justice, they're making a third season of that.
Okay.
On the app. That was a selling point for me personally. I'm like, I get more Young Justice because that show was one of the best cartoons. I mean, Batman the Animated Series notwithstanding, more modern. It was very hey. If they could have just copied this format and put it into their movies, then they would have been great. If they the universe they built in this Young Justice show, they could have put that universe together in the movies. They wouldn't have any problems.
So would they throw Teen Titans on there and all that stuff?
Yeah,
Teen Titans on there. All the animated series. Static Shock is on there.
Static Shock, really?
Yeah.
Wow. I keep checking. I haven't subscribed to it yet. I missed out on my 3 free months.
Yeah.
I want that Superpower show. I don't know if that's on the.
No.
They have Super Friends, but
they have Super Friends, and they have something else. I don't know what it's called.
They have Galactic Guardians.
No.
There's so many animated shows back in the 70s and 80s.
And there's so many. The Max Fletcher Superman stuff is on there.
Really, those really old.
I've been watching that.
Of course you have it. You're a big Superman guy.
And they have a lot of random TV shows. I remember this. I don't think I ever saw an episode of the Superboy live action TV show.
Oh yeah, the one that was on Channel 5.
Yeah.
But so the CW was rocking the DC way back in the day.
Yeah.
Where Lex Luthor, he had red hair.
Yeah.
That was the first time we learned. Oh yeah, he was a redhead.
And
then of course they have the Adventures of Lois and Clark for all the guys who need to fap to Terry Hatcher.
That's another thing I showed Joanna. We saw the pilot yesterday.
Imagine this the CW show, any of these CW shows, but without any action, but it was just Lois and Clark. It was like a CW show of just Lois Lane and Clark Kent.
Yeah.
Occasionally put on the suit.
Yeah.
I can get behind that.
And this was young Terry Hatcher. Dean Cain,
Yeah.
the Dean Cain Terry Hatcher show. Then
Now he's
young
busy,
Terry Hatcher. Yeah.
He's busy selling property on Infomercial.
Yeah.
Oh really?
He teaches you how to flip a house.
Yeah.
So wait, so you're telling me the guy who's Superman is teaching you how to flip a house?
Yeah.
I'm fired. I'm gonna fire myself for that one.
Yeah.
I'm fired for that.
That seriously, you just stole one of my jokes.
Yeah, I know. I know what I did. I know who I am.
But yeah, I hadn't seen that first episode of Lois and Clark since it aired.
Was it really bad?
It wasn't that bad, actually.
Oh, really?
You know what?
I expected it to be terrible. I literally would only be watching that show just for Terry Hatcher.
It's pretty cheesy, but Joanna and I sat through it, and she's like, you know what? I can see why you like this. This is entertaining. It's silly, but it has its moments.
It has its moments. Oh man. So earlier today, I was hanging out with Sam Zia at his house. And he was showing me I'm not much of a speedrun guy. Speedruns, for those of you who don't know what a speedrun is when people try to play a video game as fast as they can. They're trying to break world records and stuff. And I've never really been a fan of speedruns personally. A lot of times they're usually trying to cheat and do stuff. But Sam Zia showed me a speedrun of Super Mario Brothers 3, which personally, that's one of my favorite games of all time. And man, watching that speedrun, it was insane. This guy, like, he wasn't cheating. It was pure skill. Like, the stuff that he was doing, like, I had to clap a few times. I was like, we're watching this video on YouTube, and I'm just like, that was fucking great what he was fucking doing. It was the most insane things I'd ever seen. Like, the levels that would take young me like 2-3 minutes to finish, this dude was doing it in 10 seconds. He was like, hoppity hop, 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 and done. He was just like moving through, like Neo going through the Matrix. He's like dodging freaking Goombas and piranha plants and shells and fireballs like nothing. Nothing bothered you. And then you see the dude just right there. Like, it's funny. He had a heart rate monitor hooked up, so you could see his heart rate while he's playing. And he's just cool as a cucumber going through all these insane things. It's like, what the hell?
Now, well, he was playing Mario 3.
Super Mario Brothers 3.
That came out in what, 91?
Yes. The original NES.
Yeah.
That was about 90, anyway, because it was 85, 87, yeah. It was around 89, 90. Actually, it was 1990.
1990, okay.
For Super Mario Brothers 3.
That game has been around for almost, 30 years now?
Yeah.
You would think somebody would have done, if you look at these speed runs, and we watched one, it was a warpless speed run. It wasn't
No,
like
he wasn't warping. That was the thing. He was
Yeah.
going through, not every single one, but he was taking the most direct path without cheating with the whistles.
Yeah.
But the stuff he
Now,
was doing
after all of these
was witchcraft.
years, it seems like that may have been the only game the guy has ever played in his life, because he knew pixel perfect where to be on every
It
damn
was
jump.
insane. And like it was funny because you see the comments and people were just losing their goddamn minds. And like, and then they had a little they were showing the split between him and like the record holder, and he was just burning the old record. Like, at that point, it was like he was like 33 seconds ahead, which in speed running is like a mile. Like, he's like a mile ahead of the old record. It was like, because it was like he's 4 seconds ahead, 6 seconds ahead, 12 seconds.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Like, the fuck? He gained 17 seconds in World 4? What in the fuck did he do? Because it was just, I was marveling at it, because that's a game I've played a lot. Testament to Nintendo, I have bought that game every time they put it up somewhere. Yeah. Be it was like the original NES, Super Mario All-Stars, later on the game, when they re-released it on Game Boy Advance. I bought it on my Wii from the Virtual Console. I got it on my, I'm a slut. I'm a Nintendo slut. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a slut. They put it in front of me, and I'm like, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
You worked for them. So
I did work for them. I did work for them. So there was some times where I was getting all the stuff for free. Like, there was one I didn't have to pay for when they re-released the All Stars on a disc for the Wii. But just, I've played the shit out of that game. But to watch this guy just, it was like watching a piece of art moving.
Honestly,
what he was doing.
These speed runs, I've kind of.
You watch a lot of speed runs, Sam.
I
You keep talking about them, and I finally sat down and
into them.
Right.
And, I watched somebody do a 8-hour speed run. 8 hours speed, yeah. 8-hour speed run of Final Fantasy VII.
Now,
that's a game that I took me minimum 40 hours to get to the end.
That's a 60, if you don't know what you're doing, that's a 60, 70 hour game. You're saving multiple times. And because Sam was showing me this video, 8 hours. They stayed up overnight. They started at
10 o'clock at night and went all the way to 6 in the morning.
6 in the morning.
And then there's a crowd of people. It was at
watching them.
It's a charity event, a marathon of speed runs. And this is the fun part. They do awesome games and awful games.
Right. Oh, really?
Yeah. And
I think I kind of want to watch the awful game runs.
Do you want to know how awful they are?
Are they how awful are they, Samzia?
Unlawfully awful.
They're unlawfully awful.
They're unlawfully.
See, Tyler, that's an old running joke that Sam just loves to fucking do. Because I used to say the word awful a lot, and I had to deprogram myself because anytime I said that word, he would ask me how awful it was, and he'd tell us about his unlawfully awful waffle falafel.
The story of the unlawfully awful falafel. But watch it. That came from the Final Fantasy VII Abridged.
Final Fantasy VII Abridged, of course it did.
We were just talking about that. But yeah, the Final Fantasy VII speed run of 8 hours was mind-blowing.
Because that game is not built to be finished fast. Like a lot of these older games, this guy finished Super Mario Bros. In less than 2 hours. These people are doing like Metroid and Zelda in inhumane times. But a game like that is not built to be finished quickly. It's supposed to be an enriched, full experience. But these motherfuckers in 8 hours. And I sat and asked Samzia, how the fuck are they doing this without leveling up? Tyler, I assume you've played an RPG or two in your time.
Yeah, back in the day.
Back in the day, and you gotta sit and grind and level up and get stronger. But they had a strategy.
Okay, most recent example was last real RPG I played was Fallout 4.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
See
Forever.
These role playing. You're playing a role.
And
You're
what's
building
like-
and growing.
Like, I want to do everything. Like, I want to do, like, all the side missions, too. I probably put, like, 50, 60 hours in that thing.
Yeah, that's what these games are built to be like. To these experiences that you can play over a long period of time. That's why we're willing to pay the $60 and then nowadays buy DLC or whatnot. I know Fallout had a bunch of DLC.
Oh, yeah, I had a ton of them. But I've also paid $60 for a 6-hour game, goddamn Homefront.
Oh.
So, like, I want the full experience. I don't want, like, a game that I finish in 6 hours and I'm just like, what the hell was that?
Yeah, because back in the old days, I used to always say like if a game didn't last me like 3-4 months, it really wasn't worth it. Like a game had I had to invest time. When I was a broke college student, I only had a Game Boy Advance. I didn't have a PS2. I didn't have a GameCube. I didn't have an Xbox. All I had was a Game Boy Advance. And then every 6 months, I would buy a game, and that game would have to last me. Whatever AA batteries I was like chomping through. So it was like Metroid Fusion, Castlevania, Harmony of Dissonance, like all these. It was fun. I realized after a point, someone like, you're just buying the same game over and over. I'm like, yes, I am buying the same game over and over. Metroid and Castlevania, it's a genre. It's Metroidvania.
Yeah.
It's like I'm exploring this map and killing enemies left and right and trying to find all the hidden rooms. And that game, I loved those games. I bought that game 5 times over the course of 2 years because it was like clockwork. It's like, okay, cool. I have Castlevania Circle of the Moon. Oh, wait, Metroid Fusion. Oh, Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance. And then there was another Metroid Zero Mission. And then there was another Castlevania. I forgot what the third one. Oh, Aria of Sorrow. And back in those days, yeah, I wanted that game to last me because, like, I'm spending $30 that I need for books or food on this Game Boy Advance game. But then after that, I got a job working in video games. All right, I bought everything. I didn't care anymore.
Okay, like right now, like I work here, for example. I'm like, okay, cool. Like I get money, but I spend it like recklessly.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, like, one of the games I'm playing right now is, I'm heavily invested in a Madden with one of my buddies right now.
Oh, nice.
So I'm putting like $100 into that like a week.
Really?
And so I'm just like, wow, I should probably tone it down. So
you're one of those. You're an ideal customer. You're the customer that EA and Take-Two and all these people that you look for these people because. That's crazy.
Yeah,
but I mean, no. But if you love the game, it's not crazy. But it's like to a person who doesn't play that game, like you're spending $100 a week. I'm like, but
well, yeah. So like that's why I'm waiting for like Red Dead to come out because I'm like, okay, this is a game where I can really pace myself. I can go at my own rate. Yeah. It'll take me off Madden for probably about a month or two, so I can save up those $100 and spend a week.
Wow. Because I logged some time working for GameStop like a couple of years ago, and when NBA 2K whatever came out, and then guys were buying that virtual currency.
The virtual currency.
And a guy walked up, he bought like the $100 Kobe edition of the game, and he's like, "Oh, give me $100 worth of." He wanted $50 of VC for the Xbox, and he wanted $50 of VC for PlayStation. I was like, "Wait," he's like, "Yeah, I got 2 accounts, bro." I'm like.
See, that's too much.
That's overboard.
That's just stupid.
I remember my response. I'm like, You're putting you're putting money in like today. You're putting $100 into these characters. What, they're gonna be Super Saiyan? Your homeboy's gonna be wearing like freaking have like yellow hair. He's dunking on everybody. He's like, that's the point. I'm like,
dude, $50 for VC, like that's not even that much.
Oh really?
Like I've played 2K, and that's another one where I had to stop because I'm like, I'm putting too much money into this. It runs out real fast, real quick.
See,
this
is a generational thing.
No, you know me in 2K. I've been playing it since it came out.
Right, back in the Dreamcast.
So, and I'm one of those guys that like knows the algorithm behind the game, so I can beat everybody every time. I refuse to pay anything extra than what I get at the beginning.
I think that's the generational thing.
No, and everybody else competes against each other, plays against each other. That's why the virtual currency is so important. They want my player to be strong enough to play and compete against other people. For me, I don't give a shit. I'm playing at home just by myself, building up.
Or whenever one of us comes over, you're playing. Lamar plays Charlotte.
Yeah, we're playing the actual game, and that's where the game itself has changed, and the way that they market it and advertise it has changed. Because it's not so much about getting a fun basketball simulation anymore. It's about the interactive experience, the getting people involved in playing each other competitively. Now you're seeing the NBA sponsoring a 2K league.
Yeah.
Like it's an actual now an esport, an official esport.
Yeah, I've been seeing videos of that on Facebook where they show this 2K league. But yeah, I almost say it's a generational thing.
That money.
Like old people like us, when we bought NBA Live or OG NBA 2K, we bought the game and that was it. But like obviously you're younger than us, clearly, and it's like this is what you're used to. Like you're like this is like it's not normal for us, but this is normal for you.
Look, ever since I've had a job, which is 2010.
Okay.
So I've been game a little bit less than you guys have.
Yeah.
Ever since I've had a job back in 2010, just about every game that's come out has had some form of microtransaction.
Yeah, and that's what you're used to. That is normal to you, and that's where like old men like us, we're old gamers. We're not used to this. So like, hey, we're used to the only time we put more money in is at the arcade. You gotta put more quarters in. That was the original.
That's the truth.
Like they found a way to turn modern games into an arcade. We're like, oh, you are compelled to put more money in.
Yeah,
Sam and I are averse to it, but this is normal.
Yeah, if we're talking like microtransactions, the worst games, and they don't get enough heat except for one. The worst games are sports games.
Yeah,
and
FIFA.
I was gonna say FIFA's the one that catches the most heat because that one is literally probably the only sports game besides 2K that's played all around the world.
Yeah, now everyone.
They catch a ton of heat for all those microtransactions.
And there was a court case about it, and I think
it was in Europe.
Yeah, Belgium. Wasn't it Belgium where they said like loot boxes were
because they said it was a slot. It was a slot.
It's sort of gambling.
Yeah,
because you don't know what you're getting.
I remember hearing that story. It's Belgium. Yeah,
which is fair, and it wouldn't surprise me I'll say within the next 5 years, the U.S. is going to be like, hey, what's going on here?
Yeah, they have to crack down because the games like Fortnite. I mean, like my godson sinks so much money. To quote Jai Pollard, he fucks away every dollar he gets into this Fortnite game.
Well, I'll give uniforms and stuff.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't give you a competitive advantage. Where in these sports games, putting money in does give you a competitive advantage, right?
Yes,
huge.
And this is the thing. I'll hold Fortnite out as its own little world.
Yeah,
I'll put it on the same rung as a game like Rocket League.
Okay.
Where it was Rocket League only pulled it for the first month, where it was free access for players.
I downloaded it for free.
Fortnite is a free to download game. You don't need to pay a damn.
You don't have to pay, but that's the crazy thing about that game. People are like hand money over like there's no tomorrow.
And it's for just cosmetic stuff.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing. I have no problem with that because they're not charging us $60 up front. And if we're
where the sports games they are charging us $60.
Exactly. And if we're investing that time and that energy into a game, and it was a free to play it game, then damn right I'm gonna give them my money. They put in the work and I'm enjoying their product. If I pay $60 for a game and now they're asking me to pay more to be even more competitive, that's kind of jacked.
You mean like Destiny?
Exactly. Thank you for nailing my.
I know. I knew where you were going.
It was like bump, set, and Drake comes up from behind and spikes it through.
I knew where you were going. Tyler,
I'm gonna be totally honest. So I bought the better version of Madden that comes with so that's like $80, and I've probably put in. Oh, this is really sad. I probably put in like $700 on top of it.
This is Tyler is the type of customer that they want, and you're not alone in this. You're not an outlier.
Better than everybody else is.
And I love that we have you here talking about this right now because this is something that we've been kind of inwardly bitching about.
But like we don't have someone like because this. I mean, I do not begrudge you this. You are deriving enjoyment just like a person who puts in $100 into a cell phone game, or it's like I used to put all kinds of money into like my thing, my addiction when I was a youth was trading cards. I fucked away every paycheck I had. I worked at a comic book store that also sold cards back then, and every paycheck, it was like we're talking about $200-300. I turn it right back around to like Upper Deck, Stadium Club, fucking Fleer, fucking Hoops,
fucking
Donruss, Skybox.
Do you remember Sportsflix?
Sportsflix.
For 2 years they had that.
Mm-hmm. And so I understand that. I was like, I do not want to shame you in any of them, but obviously that these are choices you've made because you derive enjoyment from the game. Like, fuck, plastic crack, fucking hero clicks every freaking every 2 months. We were singing like $200-300 in these plastic figurines. So it's like, it's fascinating to have someone like you. this is what you do, and you enjoy it.
Yeah. Speaking of figurines, I probably dump like maybe $150 every 3 months when they
Please
come
tell
out
me
with
My Little Pony. Please tell me My.
Whenever they come out with those new wrestling Funko Pops.
Oh,
yeah.
Funko Pops.
I probably the wrestling ones. I probably have somewhere between 50 and 60 of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, are you a wrestling fan, sir?
I'm a massive wrestling.
We
fan.
gotta have Tyler on more
I'm
often.
telling you.
Oh shit, we gotta have you more. We talk wrestling on this show as well.
All the
I'm so
time.
tired.
Oh, dude, we talked WWE. We talked New Japan Pro Wrestling. Well, I watched All In. I don't know. Are you into the independent professional wrestling, sir?
I am.
I was up watching sumo wrestling last night. So damn it, man, we cover a wide spectrum of the wrestling shit.
It's a widespread.
I saw Hell in a Cell last night.
Oh.
I tried to, but I wasn't able to go to PWG's Bola this
Oh,
weekend.
dude, that sells out so instantaneously.
Well, it's-
I've only ever gone to PWG twice in my life.
Here's the thing. I had tickets.
You had tickets?
I had tickets. So
How?
one of my buddies at my other job.
What firstborn did you sacrifice to get tickets? Because they'll sell out in 8 minutes.
The Wi-Fi over there at my other job it's amazing.
Oh, okay.
So we grab them like the second they become available.
the random
tickets.
Thursday night at 8 p.m. when they become available?
We had tickets, but I had to sell them because I started a new job. I
Ah.
can't ask for time off right away, so I was like, okay, like that's fine.
Ah,
I'm
but
gonna
see,
sell these.
it
breaks my heart.
See, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, we've talked about it a couple
Yeah.
times here and there. It's like the hottest independent, like the most. It's pretty underground, but it's everybody knows about it. The time the one of the two times I went, freaking Josh Barnett was there, Ronda Rousey was there. Like I think all the 4 horsewomen were there. I think Sofia Vergara was there one other time when I was.
That was so random.
She was because I guess the guy she's dating, Joe Manganiello.
Yeah.
He was there, so she was there with
the
him.
last time I was there, I can never remember her real name, but Topanga from Boy Meets World.
Oh, freaking
apparently she's like a
Danielle
huge wrestling
Fishnell.
fan. Yeah, apparently she's a huge wrestling fan. I was like, oh, okay, like that's cool. I felt bad because she's sitting behind me and she's short in person, so I was like blocking her view.
Like, sorry.
So horrible.
Because they used to be in Reseda, but now they're in proper LA now at the Globe Theater.
I've been to the Reseda shows, and I've also been to one of the new shows at the Globe.
Uh-huh.
So the Globe is nice. Thank God it's air conditioned.
Oh, about to say, because I did not like
was the
Reseda because of the heat.
I went to Bola last year, 2017.
Oh.
And I just went for night 3. It was my first ever PWG show.
Oh, wow.
And it was amazing, but I felt like I was going to pass out after.
Yeah, you probably lost
because
about 5 pounds in the
it was
water.
so hot. We smoked
big summer show.
beforehand. We were drinking inside. The floor was so sticky. Like my Converse were like, I thought I was gonna leave them there. Like my shoes are stuck to the floor. This is.
The spilled beer,
These aren't
spilled
coming
blood,
off of me.
spilled
Yeah.
sweat.
It was amazing though, and that night was when Dijak and Keith Lee had their 5-star match.
Oh,
It
wow.
was the best match I've ever seen in person.
And that's the thing that always kills me, that like NXT keeps taking everybody from PW. Because see, this underground show is so big, WWE actually actively recruits. Like this past weekend, freaking William Regal was at night 1 and night 2.
Was
And
he really?
Yeah, he thanked
I
them.
sold my goddamn tickets. Like, oh
No, well, you
so
wouldn't have
bad.
seen him, but he was there. He was there watching because they send him there every year to scout, and that's why they keep signing. That's why they sign a Keith Lee. That's why they sign a Matt Riddle.
Well, I
They
was gonna say
sign
that
all
makes
these
sense.
guys.
And the last show I was at, I saw Riddle and Keith Lee right there, and I'm just like, now these dudes are going to be doing it on the big stage, and I swear to God, Vince is going to ruin them. But
Yeah, well, as long as they're in NXT, they'll be fine. But
I'll
once they
watch
get
NXT
called
for
up,
2 years.
then they'll get ruined. They get ruined when they get called up. It's like poor Andrade Cien Almas. I'm sure. I don't know what. Yeah, I see. I can't even watch main roster anymore. I just watch. I just watch NXT.
So it's funny you mentioned the main roster because Hell in a Cell was last night.
Yeah.
And did you watch it at all?
I didn't watch it. I read the recap this morning.
Okay, so the easiest way to say it is that there were only 2 cell matches, so I'll just keep it to those 2.
Right, because there was the tag team. Were they in the cell or no?
In the actual cell, it was Hardy and Orton.
Okay.
Which was good. They had good use of the cell. I thought Hardy killed himself.
Yeah, that's what I kept hearing from people, that he was really hurt.
If you didn't see it, let me paint like a visual image real quick. So he throws Orton on a table. He climbs a ladder to the top of the inside of the cell.
He gave into a spot monkey addiction.
He holds onto the bar and he starts swinging back and forth. Just starts swinging back and forth. And then he lets go. Randy moves. Jeff dives face first into the table. I thought he legitimately knocked himself out.
Because wasn't he like spitting out blood or something?
Supposedly he was spitting out blood backstage after it was over. Like
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, I think he just died. Like it
Like
was.
Matt Hardy just retired. Jeff Hardy retired himself.
I know. I was just watching it and I was
Wow.
like, oh my god, like because I'm watching it, and I'm like, this match doesn't really need to be like in the cell. And then it happened. I was like, this needed to be on the cell. This was
Oh,
great.
okay. Because I was like, that was like the main complaint. The matches that needed the cell didn't have it, and
The one that needed the cell the most was AJ
and Samoa
and it
Joe.
did not have the cell, and it was, of course, stupid finish. And then the last match that was actually in the cell, you had Roman and Strowman, which was cool. I didn't really like, like
they started to have all the interactions with because they had the Shield, the rest of the Shield came out.
Yeah,
and,
the Shield came out.
Ziggler
and McIntyre came out, which was like I could do without it, but okay. And then
bum, 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 ba-dum, bum.
the music hit, and I was just like,
the guy who was
okay.
supposed to be at UFC, but comes on back for a paycheck.
I know.
Dun,
I'm looking at it, I'm like,
dun,
okay,
dun,
like
dun.
I didn't expect
Brock
Lesnar to come back.
Lesnar.
I was like, okay. So this dude kicks down the doors, so I'm like, okay, like I can definitely get behind this. Destroys everybody in the ring. I'm like, okay, someone go for the pin. Ref calls it off, and I'm like,
No contest.
What?
No contest.
and I'm just like, what the hell was that? Like everybody, dude, you had the fans in the arena last night chanting, "This is bullshit," which I'm just like,
See,
what the fuck was that?
See, stuff like that. That's why I can't bring myself to watch like main roster stuff. Like I haven't watched. I think the only Raw I watched was the one where when Renee Young first got to do commentary, and now she's permanently.
Respect to Rhea.
Yeah, she's awesome. I've always liked her. I liked her when she was doing commentary on NXT, and I'm glad that she has the opportunity, where she's like the first female full-time commentator now. She replaced the coach. Yeah, goodbye. Get out, coach.
Get out. I don't even like you in Matt. Get out.
And so that was that's probably the only episode of Raw I've watched in the last few months. And like I'm firing up my New Japan World app and I'm watching that all the time now.
Yeah, like I don't blame you for that. And like the WWE has like ruined my two favorite wrestlers too.
Whom?
Bray Wyatt.
Oh.
And they've absolutely killed him. I was so pissed. And Kevin Owens, who
Came out hot.
They haven't completely ruined him yet. He still has some hope, but they are getting there.
Yeah, like right now, isn't he like fired or whatever? He was doing.
So he quit and then he came back like a week later, which made absolutely no sense. It's like he just attacked Bobby Lashley for no reason. It's like what? Do you
like if they had him quit and like he showed up like at freaking Bola or something, they kind of like allowed that to happen. If they let him like go show up at independent shows.
He quit, and then what was later that week? It was All In. So some people were like, "Oh shit!" Like
He's gonna show up at All In.
He'll show up at All In. No, he just shows up and attacks Lashley like the next weekend. It's like, what the hell was that? Like, what was that? And then later that night is when Strowman and Roman are in the ring, and the Shield come out in the locker room, attacks the Shield. Right? Who's leading the charge? Owens.
Kevin Owens.
And I'm like,
the guy who was
wait a minute.
feuding with freaking
The guy who
Strowman.
was like just destroyed by Braun is now suddenly forgot everything that just happened and is now helping him out. Like that. Who's writing this? What are you doing?
No continuity. That's the reason why I can't watch WWE anymore, because there isn't continuity. They don't follow their own storylines. They just, no one remembers what happened last week. No, fuck you. People try to remember.
I will say this, like SmackDown does have some continuity, and they're getting better. Raw is just, it's a shit show.
Well,
it's horrible.
as I've said before, the day Vince McMahon dies is the day professional wrestling will improve.
It's sad that, like, at the same time...
Well, I used to say that about
people,
the Oakland Raiders, but...
People will, like, mourn and celebrate that day. Like, so they'll mourn for 5 seconds and celebrate for the rest of it.
Yeah. It's just he's stubborn in his ways. Jericho, I was listening to a podcast and he's like, he's still the smartest guy in wrestling. I'm like, is he?
Is he though? Are you just saying that? Isn't really Triple H running everything back there? I mean, let's be honest. NXT is better than the main roster, and that's Triple H's baby.
Down.
It's not even close.
Hands down.
I mean, if we are including the main roster, Ciampa Gargano is the best feud we've had since Punk Cena.
Yeah.
And that's 7 years?
Yeah, that was
You haven't
2011.
had a solid feud in 7 years?
That was 2011. The summer of Punk Part 2.
Let me rephrase that. With the exception of D. Bryan versus The Authority, you haven't had a solid feud in 7 years.
And even that, it was only good because of Bryan. We
It was
had
only good
the
because
tired.
of the fans. Because the fans were so pissed off.
The fans revolted to the point where they changed the main event of WrestleMania.
Batista and Orton in the main event. Come on, what are we doing?
That was really bad.
Circle back to 2007.
You want to know something funny about that feud? So I worked for Disney for a year, and like the year before, I saw a memo where like, oh, WWE and Disney were working together because they wanted Dave to come on and promote Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And so like Disney was like getting all these memos about how pro wrestling worked. And they're like, oh, okay. It's like he'll show it because originally it was just supposed to be just SummerSlam. It was only supposed to be like the SummerSlam around when Guardians came out. That the Dave was going to come back for one match to promote the movie, and that was it. And then Dave's like, oh no, I can wrestle more. And then that's where WWE took it and ran with it, and obviously ruined it and made it worse.
Yeah. And where are they at right now? SmackDown 1000 is coming up. It's in Batista's hometown of DC, and he hasn't been invited.
Yeah,
so it's like,
course.
well, that bridge is burned. And
Yeah,
he
I remember he wants to come back and wrestle, but only if it's like something that's good. He's like, no, he'll only come back if it like. But that was like months ago. Heaven knows now where they're at.
I don't blame him for that one bit. Like, and that's gonna be
because they screwed up his return where he was supposed to be a conquering babyface, and they had a heel turn. They had to turn him heel because everything was stupid.
The same thing. If they ever hope to get the Bucks or Kenny, if they ever hope, they're gonna have to give up complete creative control.
And they're not. That's why I feel safe to say that the Bucks and Kenny are going to stay independent. They're not going to
until Vince dies. They will stay independent. I think Triple H would give them a lot of creative freedom.
I think the only way they get the creative freedom, it wouldn't be main roster. It'd be NXT.
Do you think that Vince will outlive them all?
The man is a mutant. Yes, he's a genetic jackhammer.
And apparently he has no idea what a burrito is, but that's okay.
What is this?
Story for a minute.
What is this thing? I don't know what this is. What do you mean it's a tortilla filled with things? That's this bullshit. I love doing breaking out Cranky Vince. Cranky Vince. Why did I do this? Fuck you. That's why I did it.
Can we just agree that Cranky Vince sounds like Batman?
It does. I'm not wearing hockey pads.
You hear Cranky Vince coming out like, oh, I'm not giving you a push.
You'll never get a push. My God. Wow. Oh, man. Yeah, we definitely have to have you on again, Tyler.
Yeah.
This is fucking awesome. Yeah. Yeah, because we do a WrestleMania show. We'll probably do a Survivor Series show. Like my friends are.
I do want to go to. It is here in LA.
It's here in LA. I know NXT like sold out instantly. Like NXT's on Saturday.
Second market, I'll pay.
Hell yeah.
Here we go. Take my money.
Because it's funny. Like even though I haven't been able to keep up with the week. See, this is how good NXT is. I don't have to watch the weekly show. I can watch Takeover, and I'm caught up, and I understand what's happening.
See, that's one thing that NXT really has.
The Velveteen Dream.
I love that guy. He's great. I was disappointed that his match with EC3 was not as good as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I like EC3 as a character. I don't like EC3 as a wrestler.
That's fair. I'll give you that.
He's still a little bit of rough around the edges.
He needs a new haircut too.
This guy looks like a pineapple.
Oh.
I'm looking at it. I'm like, I don't know why I can just picture like flies buzzing around his head for no reason.
Oh yeah, you should look up his old NXT pictures when he was Derek Bateman.
Oh, I've seen them. They're hideous.
Oh my God.
They need to stay back there.
Yeah, they need to stay. I was afraid they're going to bring it back as Derek Bateman. Which, I realized, wait, does that mean he's related to the American Psycho?
There you go.
Patrick Bateman?
There you go.
Oh, you know what? Oh, you know what isn't Psycho?
What's that?
Following the show on Facebook. It's facebook.com/DreGP Podcast. If you want to watch us on Twitch, twitch.tv/DreGP Podcast. You can follow me on Twitter @DreGP Podcast. I do tweet. I've been tweeting more frequently. Mm-hmm. I've been trying to be good about that. You can follow Pete Molini @Nostalgic Books. You can follow Sam Zia SamZ570. Tyler, do you got Twitter or social media you want to share?
I do have a Twitter. You can follow me @Cheap Seat King.
Cheap Seat King.
Because I am the king of the nosebleeds.
King of nosebleeds. Yeah, see, I'm going to that New Japan show in like 2 weeks, the one in Long Beach.
Yeah.
And we went to the one in March. And I'm like, oh man, we got the $50 seats. It'll probably suck. Nah, man. Long Beach is the freaking American Korakuen Hall.
Is it back in the pyramid?
Pyramid?
Okay, yeah.
Every seat in that venue is a good seat.
It's a real small
I love
venue.
it there,
You will
man.
see everything.
Oh, you can see, we were sitting like really high up, but the seats were amazing. I got to watch all of my favorite Japanese wrestlers in America. So that's coming up. Our YouTube page has been updated. We actually have subscribers, Sam Zia.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I've been posting up see, the good thing about me recording all the shows now on Twitch using my phone is that I can transfer all those shows from Twitch onto YouTube, and now we have 3 subscribers. 900, 907 to go until we get our plaque.
The flag.
Well,
This is amazing.
Because I get the first plaque, what, at 100,000 subscribers? So 99,997 to go until we get our YouTube plaque. So all the content. And
Are these real people?
yeah, they're real people. It's not like it's not like my Instagram followers at SoCal Clone, who are a bunch of bots. You can follow my webcomic again. Instagram at SoCal Clone, Southern California Clone. I'm a clone. If you listen to sports radio back in the 90s, you'll get that joke. But if you don't, it's okay.
I get it.
I get it. Thank you so much for listening. And remember, you can always, if you don't want to watch my face during this, you can listen to us. That's why we got the microphones. We're post this episode and all of our episodes on SoundCloud, on Stitcher, on iTunes. Just search for Dre's Geek Philosophy. And not Dre's Greek falafels.
Which are delicious.
Yes, we are getting closer and closer to the 100th episode of the show.
During which we will have Dre's Greek falafels.
I mean, it's still technically we had an episode where he thought I said that. That's a running joke. And then this guy over here, he had shirts made. Of Dre's Greek
food, so there you go.
Greek falafels.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. Thank you, Tyler, for joining us. Yeah, Sam kept giving you your nerd cred, so I was like, all right, we'll see if he wants to join. I'm like, I'm not going to shove a mic in your face. You jump in. I'm glad you jumped in. So for Pete Molini, for Sam Zia, for our guest Tyler, myself, this is Dre. You have been listening and or watching Dre's Geek Philosophy. Remember, you can always catch us Wednesday nights. Myself, Pete Molini, Pete Show. The Multiverse Comic Show. If you want to listen to us talk about comic books and only comic books, Wednesday nights, 8:30 on Facebook and also on Twitch. And randomly, I will stream games when I find time. I'm gonna hopefully try to bring back Tuesday Night Rock Band tomorrow night. I'm gonna only play Rock Band 2 songs tomorrow night.
I'll show up.
Oh, you're gonna drive to the casa de tacos?
Maybe. Well, yeah, yours is Casa de Tacos, mine is
Yours
Casa del
chorizo, yeah. So I was like, mine is casa de tacos. Tomorrow's Taco Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's Taco Tuesday.
Tomorrow's gonna be Taco Tuesday at the Casa de Tacos. Random, and then I'm gonna try to. I didn't get to do any streaming last week because I was busy with work and busy with all kinds of stuff. So I'm gonna try to get a retro game stream in at some point. Get a Rock Band game stream in, and maybe even I noticed my brother has a lot of video games I can steal from him.
Oh.
So I'm gonna try to steal a bunch of games from him and play those on the PS Quattro, or maybe even. And I got to start my Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild stream. I have all these plans that I have to execute for our audience here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll see you guys Wednesday night for the Multiverse Comic Show. Have yourselves a good night.
Bye!
And boop.